No Ordinary Nerd.
Podcasters, No Ordinary Nerd. I like that title already. Dan Deo, and Chris Panama. I like that name, Chris Panama. Something about that name, Chris Panama. Sounds like yeah, it's Chris Panama. Yeah, okay. Arrested today, Chris Panama. No. Okay. And Callie Grant. Okay, Callie Grant. You guys are gonna love Callie Grant. I like that name, Callie. So big hand, everybody, for the podcasters. Okay, Orale. All right, there you go. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hey, thank you for having us.
Yeah, well, thank you.
This is awesome, man. This is awesome.
So we got Dan, Callie, and Chris, okay? So, Dan, you've been in contact with me a few months ago. You're asking me, inquiring about being a guest on the show.
Yes.
Okay? And I know you're a big fan of the N.A.P.A show.
Yes.
Of course you are.
Who isn't?
Who is it? Oh, right, Orale. And you were telling me that you do a podcast. And to be perfectly honest with you, I really didn't know what a podcast is. So what I want you to do is just kind of give us a basic, what definition of what is a podcast?
Well, basically, a podcast is like it's like a radio show, but over the internet. So it's a great opportunity for other people to actually get on, say the internet if they can't have access to a radio or anything like that, and get on iTunes, SoundCloud, different apps, different ways to reach, your viewers or listeners.
Okay, and Callie, how long have you been doing this with these guys?
So I was the newcomer. I came in December. These guys have been doing it since October. Yes. October.
Oh, okay.
And then I was the adopted puppy that
The adopted
I
puppy.
later.
All right, okay. And Chris, who came up with the title, the No Ordinary Nerd?
Danielle, who is not here right now, she came up with the name, and
She's
we
our
just
leader.
fell in love
Yeah.
with it. Yeah.
Oh, she's your leader.
Yeah.
She's not
She
here.
couldn't be
No, she's
here.
What kind of leader is that? okay. Well, I'm
She's
just,
a dictator, honestly. A dictator.
well,
It's a Danielle Tatership.
Yeah, Daniel.
yeah.
She's very sick right now.
Yeah, very sick.
Yeah.
So it's a radio thing. It's a internet radio. And when do you guys do this? When do you guys find time to do this? And do you guys do it together? Are you guys all together when you're doing it?
Yeah, kind of like what you do. We have like different guests sometimes, and we talk about different things that we don't really have much experience in, and which is kind of awesome because we're all about like nerd culture. Because right now,
Nerd culture.
nerd culture,
We have a big viewership of nerds culture. Okay, go.
nerd culture. Like if you look right now, nerd is cool right now. All right, you got Big Bang Theory. Who doesn't watch the Big Bang Theory? Everyone watches that show. Superheroes. Every single movie coming out is a superhero. That's in comic books, man. That's nerd culture. I mean, it's all over the place. I mean, who doesn't want to watch Wonder Woman? Who doesn't want to watch Justice League? So,
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Fantastic Beasts.
Fantastic Beasts. Star Wars. I mean, Trekkies. Star Wars, yes. Star Wars, yes. So we're very excited. So we celebrate that. I know.
Yeah, there's a Star Wars man right there. Okay.
See, well, we actually had a podcast where we had a friend of ours, Lily. She's a Trekkie. So we actually had a debate between which is better, Star Wars versus Star Trek, and it's heated. Nerds fight about that all the time.
It was basically 5 against 1.
It was 5 against
5
1.
people for Star Wars and then her for Star Trek.
So you guys can actually do a podcast right now. All you guys just do is just start talking, right?
Yeah, we just started talking.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that already. And nothing written, no script.
Nope, nothing's
No
written.
script. Remember
Some
to
notes
talk into your
sometimes.
microphone there, Chris. Okay, all right, because we do want to hear your voice. But no script. You guys just come in and
We
take
come in, sometimes there's foul language. We apologize for that, but that's what it is. That's live TV,
Yeah,
like
that's
you.
live television,
That's
yeah.
live TV.
Right,
so
right.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
but the foul language is more after 10 o'clock.
it is.
Yeah,
It is.
Yeah, but we try to
Parental
keep it.
advisory.
Yeah.
That's what we say.
And so when do you guys do this? Do you guys do it on the regular night or day or?
We try. We all work full time pretty much, so it gets hard.
But this isn't live, right? It's not live.
it's not live.
Okay, so you tape it.
Yeah, we can edit it.
Yeah.
Okay,
We
okay.
try to release like Mondays. Most days it happens, but like I said, we're all working like full time, so it's kind of hit or miss. I think it's kind of our main goal is to like be more consistent, but yeah, so we try. But
Cool.
and we've got YouTube too, so we try to do that every week as well. Yeah.
And where do you guys do you have a studio someplace, or you guys your bedroom,
Yes, it is.
garage, where?
Exactly.
Yeah, garage.
That's usually how it starts, right? A lot of like humble, like Empire started from a garage. So Green Day started
lot
in
of
a
bands
garage.
started in garage, yeah,
Blink
exactly.
182 came from a garage. So that's where we started. Ordinary comes from a garage.
One
so,
day they'll have a video game called Garage Podcast.
yeah, and we'll be in it. We'll totally take it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you guys advertise? Any advertisement?
Not at all. I
Not
mean,
at all.
that's one thing we're kind of learning about.
Yeah, we're still new.
Yeah, Chris is actually in charge of like a lot of our social media.
Yeah, our Twitter
He is,
page.
so we are on Twitter, and he advertises a lot on there.
Any idea how many people are actually tuning in?
Right now, I have no idea. We have 3,400 followers,
Uh-huh.
so hopefully
Awesome.
a good amount of those are looking.
Yeah, that's just on Twitter, but we are like all over the place.
Yeah, Instagram,
Facebook,
Facebook.
Instagram,
That's awesome.
YouTube. So
Yeah, cool. Now you're reaching out to the nerds, not only the nerds, of course. You're also reaching to a special population of people, correct?
Right, yeah.
exactly.
Let's talk about that.
Well, one thing is like we want to get rid of the stigma when it comes to like mental illness. That's one of our big things.
Right.
Each person on our podcast has dealt with some type of depression, anxiety, or still suffers from anxiety, depression, personal traumas. Like for example, myself, and I'm going to be real honest right now. When I had a rough childhood, I suffered from physical abuse, verbal abuse, sexual abuse. The one thing that saved me was video games. It was the gray Nintendo box. You play gray Nintendo, right?
No, I don't. I never. I can honestly say I don't play games.
Oh, but like way back when Super Mario was the game that got me out. Because, when you're going through the abuses or mental illness or something like that, you're the victim, right? But in video games, you're the hero.
You're the
you
hero.
save the world. So that's
Wow.
what got me out. So I didn't feel helpless anymore. As soon as I turned it on, I felt like I was the hero.
That's a great point. Yeah, you better believe that. Yeah. What about you guys? Do you guys want to add to that?
Well, I suffer from some depression,
Mm-hmm.
going through a bunch of pressure all my life, and losing my best friend through suicide put me in a really dark hole. And so what helped me is YouTube and watching the movies, Star Wars, some video games, pop culture. It's just like Dan said, being the hero, putting yourself in a different world where you have control, and Nerd is what helped me get through my depression. And just like all of us, we suffer through anxiety, depression, and we all have different problems, and we deal with it in different ways. So that's how we're not so ordinary, because each of us use different types of nerd culture in order to cope with this.
I firmly believe that everybody has one form of disability or another.
Right.
I really do
true.
believe that.
Yeah, some people
and
are
we've
too
all been
shy.
through it, And yeah, Callie, you want to add something to this?
I'm kind of the advocate for people helping people with mental illness. I have a lot of really close people around me that deal with mental illness, not only in the podcast, but in my personal life as well. And I kind of want to help people help those that they love with mental illness, know how to handle those situations, and from my own experiences. So,
Absolutely.
and through nerd culture, of course, as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's a great thing that you guys are doing, reaching out, Being in the field of work that I do, I've had my share of working with people with mental health issues, so I can relate, and I know that I've worked with many individuals with mental health, and it is definitely, it's here.
Yeah.
And
one in 5 Americans.
1 in 5, yeah. And most of them, a lot of them are usually out in the streets,
Yeah.
and with no medication to help them, it's rough. It's very rough.
That's sad.
But and it's everywhere you look. It's even here in N.A.P.A, folks, and everywhere you go, there's mental health issues. So what do you want to do? I mean, do you want to keep? How long do you plan on doing this?
Well, we've been doing this for just a short amount of time. And
What's a
it's-
short amount of time?
I would say less than a year.
Since
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 October, right?
October, maybe
It's
since
since
a year.
October,
All right.
but we have just started new things. The YouTube account, with the YouTube account. Plus, we have started attending conventions. We just flew in from Anaheim, and we went to a big WonderCon convention
Wow.
where people are dressing up in different costumes, and that's another thing too. They come there, they feel free. Nerds feel free because I can be myself fully. Sometimes it's just being in a social gathering like that. You can't even talk. You can't even be around other people. But those type of things where they can be fully free, and we celebrate that kind of stuff. So that's what we reach out to. We want to reach out to those people because we want to share how we escaped and how we coped with our anxiety, our depression. how we escaped our personal traumas. So we're starting to do that, and so far it's been an awesome experience for all of us.
Do you guys actually consider yourselves nerds?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Oh my
definitely.
God.
Definitely.
Yes. I know. I mean, she spits out trivia like nothing. Harry Potter. I
These are
mean,
my Harry Potter glasses.
I mean, Harry Potter is real
real.
big. I mean, we geek out to everything. I mean,
Yeah.
any movie that comes out, we spit out trivia to anything. We have a guy in our podcast, Nico, and he can tell you the histories of every single like superhero ever. I mean, who knows that kind of stuff? He
Right.
can win Jeopardy if that was a
Well, it's about
if that was
superheroes.
about superheroes. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
So when you guys are doing your podcast, do you guys actually interact with others? Do they
through
like
Periscope, through one of our
Like
social
live
feeds, through Twitter.
videos.
Okay, so they can
Facebook
interact.
Live. We do
Yeah.
Facebook Live.
Oh, you
live.
do?
We do.
Uh-huh.
So.
Okay, and this is you guys are out of American Canyon or are you here in Napa? Or where are you guys from?
They're from Sonoma.
Okay.
I'm from Vallejo, so we work in the same area. So that's the reason why we can connect.
How does one get to your podcast? How do they dial in? How do you dial into you?
iTunes. You can go to
iTunes?
iTunes. Yeah. No Ordinary Nerd. SoundCloud.com. Also, No Ordinary Nerd.
Our website.
Angstynerd.com.
Yeah.
So all your
AngstyNerd.com.
pro shows are archived. You can
Exactly.
just click on and listen to you guys.
For free. Yeah.
If you have an iPhone, it's the easiest. I don't really know how it works on an Android.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's
You do, right? You have an Android.
Yeah, I have a Joy. You can. There's certain apps that you can like stream different like podcasts, but iTunes. I think everyone has something on iTunes, and all our
Yeah.
episodes are on there, and they're there like the day after we publish something.
oh
So that's the
wow,
fastest way.
that's great. Good for you guys. Yeah, live TV is a little bit different, huh?
It's a little different, podcasts. We can edit it and be like, let's just do that again, and then we have to like fake laughter there, like, oh, we gotta do it again, because it's not organic anymore, But we have the editing, so Danielle does our editing. So,
What do you guys work for a living? What do you guys do?
well, we work full time,
Okay.
and that's what makes it a little difficult. Is the
Okay.
fact that since we do work full time, we all have conflicting schedules, and a lot of the stuff that we do, and I'm sure you're, this is volunteer, you volunteer, right? There are expenses that we have to take care of, and the conventions we have to go. That takes money too, and so that does take a little strain because
Yeah.
that's our own money from our pocket trying to do that
Sure.
kind of stuff. So,
Right.
But
So
we do work full time.
I'm about to have 2 jobs.
Yeah. See, so
Two
two
jobs
jobs.
and the podcast.
Yeah. So it's trying to
Yeah.
to work because we really believe in what
That's
we're trying
the
to do.
point. Yeah. That's why
So
why we work so hard is so we can do all this stuff.
when are you guys gonna get together again for your next episode?
I think we're thinking this weekend.
Hopefully this weekend.
Yeah.
We're trying to plan for that.
Is there any adult beverages involved? When you guys do?
Usually coffee because it's usually
coffee.
like
Okay,
Here's the
okay, you're
Avery.
nerds. Okay,
There we
you're
go.
coffee. Okay, you're
We
nerds.
need
nerds.
coffee so we can
Nerds
discuss
drink
Harry
coffee. Okay, now I just yeah.
Anybody into magic?
Okay.
Oh, dude.
We actually haven't had that. We jumped into board games and we
like magician magic.
like Magician Magic. Well, there's a card game called Magic, and
Yeah.
we've been trying to get into that kind of realm as well.
Well, you went to the convention.
Yeah, I went to like a
DungeonCon?
convention in San Ramon called DungeonCon, which was kind of awesome because everyone's playing these board games, and this thing has been around for 40 years. So you have people who are in their 50s and 60s who've been going since they were like 15, but they go every single year, and now their kids are going to this. So it's still really big.
That's great.
Yeah.
Do you guys we see it's just tape, so you guys can't give away prizes or anything like that. You don't do stuff like that.
We have swag.
Yeah.
I
What
brought
the hell, what the hell is
swag.
the swag? What the
We
hell-
have
what's
we
swag?
have merchandise. We have with our logo on it. We have keychains. I'll give some keychains and pins to you. So
Okay.
We're
Yeah.
trying to open a Redbubble account too, so we can have T-shirts with our logo on it,
Yeah.
that kind
Okay.
of stuff.
Okay.
We
Okay.
just had a campaign actually that had a T-shirt featured on it to raise money
Awesome.
for
Yeah.
mental.
But you guys aren't nonprofit, nothing like nonprofit, are you?
No.
Yeah, no
Okay.
profit.
Okay. Then we'll stop talking about the other stuff then. Okay.
yeah.
So do you guys like pizza?
Oh, of
Oh, yeah.
course. Who
on.
doesn't?
Have you guys ever had a pizza from the pizza guys?
I have.
Yeah. Here in Napa.
I have
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
And you guys live in Sonoma, right?
Yes.
So in order for you guys to get a pizza here in Napa, you would probably have to get one on the way home, okay?
Yeah, why
No
not?
problem. Drive
So-
through, man.
Guess what I got?
Oh,
You know you guys came for the pizza too, right?
Pizza goes good with video games.
Yeah, it does. Pizza
I'm
Mountain
gonna
Dew.
go ahead and pass one to Chris there.
Oh, thank you
one to
very much.
Callie,
Thank you.
and one to
You are awesome. Thank you
There
so
go.
much.
I like to feed everybody. I mean,
Look at this.
I've given away so many pizzas. But you guys have to do me a favor. When you guys go to the Pizza Guys, which is right up the street here, ask for Alfie. Okay, and if Alfie's there, he's the boss. And if he's there, just ask for him, because you guys are nerds. You guys will do a good job. Tell him, ask him, hey, Alfie, what's it all about? Because you guys don't remember. You guys do trivia? You remember a song called What's It All About, Alfie?
I know.
Of course you don't. It's a song by Dionne Warwick back in the 60s. What's it all about, Alfie? So that's what it's my ongoing joke with Alfie, the owner.
Oh, okay.
So ask him, hey, what's it all about, Alfie? And he'll know where the pizza's coming from. But he gets a big kick out of that. So enjoy the pizzas. And
Thank you.
Thank you so
whatever
much.
you.
Thank you.
But is there anything else that you guys want to add, that since you're here and talk about?
No, I think we're just glad for this opportunity. We just feel that there's this stigma when it comes to like mental illness, and there are people out there who feel like they're alone, and we want to share what we did to escape that. We learn different things every time we do a podcast, and if we can learn together, we can grow together, we can heal together. So
Awesome.
we do that together.
Yep. You're a spiritual guy, huh?
I am.
Yeah. You go to a local church, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, that's where I've seen you before. Orale, all right. Oh, by the way, that's one more thing. I need to know if you nerds know how to say my favorite word. You know what it is?
Orale.
Orale, yes.
Yes.
All right. What kind of Mexicans are you? Okay, okay, all right. Chris, you want to add anything else to our 1.5 million viewers before we say goodbye?
I just want to say thank you for the opportunity. I hope we can bring a change in the nerd culture, and hopefully more people can come towards us and be confident. Just like Dan said, going to the cons, it's helping us break out of our shell, and just like this is our way, the podcast, to share with everyone else, and we hope more people will tune in.
Orale, very good. Callie?
I think this is just the beginning for us, and I think this community especially is going to hear a lot more from us.
Good.
Our long-term future goal, once we kind of settle into it, is to do some community outreach stuff. So mostly with the youth, I think. So you'll hear more from us.
Well, yeah, you guys keep doing what you're doing. It's a great thing, and then you guys are welcome to come back anytime and give us an
thank
update
you.
and see how you guys are doing, okay?
Thank you.
It'll
Of
be a lot of
course.
fun. And
Thank
then when you guys come back, I'll have some more pizzas for you, too.
Oh,
Yeah.
We're there.
We'll be
Pizza
back
party.
next Wednesday. Right?
Yeah, next Sunday for the pizza.
This is great.
All right, well, in closing, ladies and gentlemen, a big hand for our podcasters, Dan Teo and Chris Panama and Callie Grant, everybody, okay? Way to go.